Hey friends, how's it going? It's LT, it's hashtag slaps. You know what, I've actually created a new thing. I want everyone to send me a picture of this on Twitter. Just go around like this. Yes, it's an LNT. Well, you guys asked for it. 6K Q&A time. A lot of people wanted the 6K Q&A. Some people actually wanted a 5K Q&A instead of that music video thing that I made. But yeah, I don't know. Let's look at some of these comments. If I don't read your comment, please don't get mad. But when you have comments like this from Friend Jansen's, economist favorite Christmas again, May, a long cabin definition branch birthday, or this one from Soan Fernier, violent swim, surprising festival, liberal, easy psychologist, husband, random slave, orange. Makes it hard to read your comments. All right, I got one. I got one from Doxis, who actually left me 5 questions. Wow, that's over the quota, but I'll do it. Question number 1, let me get this straight. Are you my dad or is it Dad Yetter? Everyone is your dad. What? Number 2, how old are you and do you go to school? I am 21. You may not be able to tell based off this boyish face, but I have actually graduated from college. Number 3, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? I don't know, but I'm gonna answer my own question, which is there's a place where you can mix different kinds of milkshakes together, and I get Oreo brownie mixed with cheesecake. It's dope. Number 4, what's another hobby you do besides FIFA? Do you have another job? I will get back to that question in a second. Number 5, if you're my dad, then who's my mom? You're a test tube baby. Alright, let's, this one's from Ethan Waring. 6K Q&A, hashtag, can you review Germain 85 or tried another review? Is it sick? Love the VODs, bro, keep it up. Maybe? Hashtag 6K Q&A, straight out the block. What is your real name? Don't say dad, say your real name, please. Okay, my real name is Ethan Waring, and my social security number is 487-65-9111. Deserve W with the, he put the hashtag 6K Q&A at the end, which I like the touch. What is your favorite FIFA of all time and why? That's an interesting question. I'm gonna have to go with FIFA 10 or FIFA 11 just because, well, mainly because it was the first FIFA I ever got. So it's nice to just have, like, whatever you start off with, that's usually the thing you like the most. Just because it's new, it's fun. I don't think it was the best game ever made. To be fair, I think that probably FIFA 18 is a better overall game than FIFA 10 was, but just because that was the first one I really played a lot, that's why I like it. Okay, we have a question from Multigo Malta, who wrote hashtag Q&A without an ampersand. What inspired you to start your YouTube journey? I did a whole podcast on this. If you want like a really in-depth video, I might link it if I'm not lazy, but okay, I'm probably not gonna link it then. But just a short answer was I used to start, I watched YouTube in like 2009. First person I ever watched was Chris Move, and yeah, I just really enjoyed watching his videos. And then after a while, in actually this is funny story. In 2013, I wrote a college essay to try to get a scholarship, like a well-known scholarship. And I wrote about how I wanted to use the money from that scholarship so I could buy a gaming computer and make YouTube videos. I didn't get the scholarship, but I did that. So to answer your question, what started my YouTube journey? I always wanted to be creative, and I watched YouTube a lot, so they go hand in hand. From Luis Cantu, he writes hashtag 6KQ. Do you have any good tips for daily knockout tournaments? I love your vids. I remember Bronze Glory from FIFA 15. Tips for daily knockout tournaments? I mean, I don't think the gameplay differs that much from daily knockout tournaments than like weekend league. So I would just say grind up to Division 1, figure out how to play FIFA, and then you can win a daily knockout tournament. And don't think of it as now it's the final, you got to tense up. I remember in FIFA 15 when I wasn't really good at FIFA, I would try to win the St. Patrick's Day daily knockout tournament kind of thing, and I would always get to the final and just lose because I would change my playstyle. Figure out what works for you and then just stick with that. And treat every game like it's the same. Yeah, it's kind of cliche, but it's true. From Killer Bear Gaming, hashtag Q&A. What team do you support and what national team do you support? Cheeky Boy responded he supports Spurs, but he put an asterisk over the U because that's funny. It's true though, I do support Spurs and I support also Dortmund. I'd say Dortmund's slightly higher than Spurs, but I don't know, that gap is lessening as I watch more Spurs games. What national team do I support? The United States of America, because that's where I'm from, and to the Republic
for which it stands.
Yeah, too bad the national team sucks in the US. Hashtag 6K Q&A from Anamanaguchi. That is definitely the first time I've pronounced that name. He writes, what's your favorite school subject? I like gym. It's not really like a school subject, but I did like it. I also liked, actually no, the real answer to that is I enjoyed foreign language classes. So I took German and Italian, I like that. From Romeo Braz, 6K Q&A, what's your favorite band, singer, music, artist? And then what Bundesliga foot birthday player do you recommend me to buy? Answer to number 1, I'm gonna say probably John Mayer, but it's close between John Mayer and Ed Sheeran. And then what Bundesliga foot birthday player do you recommend me to buy? Marco Reus, if you have the coins for that. If not, second after him, I would go with center mid David Alaba. From Nimi Jutron, Hashtag 6KQ from Nimi Jutron. Congrats. Been watching for 3 years. Oh, it's Wagwan Pifting. What's up, man? Number 1, why do you support Dortmund? Number 2, what do you think about Arsenal? Number 3, how many subs do you think you'll have in a year? Number 4, do you have any pets? Well, to answer number 1, why I support Dortmund, I think it was my junior year. Wait, was it? It was my junior year of high school, and it was Dortmund versus Bayern for the Champions League final. And prior to that, I hadn't really watched too much football. I mean, I would watch like national team games, but here in the United States, we didn't have anything that really allowed you to watch games, like a channel that was dedicated to football, to soccer. So they did show Champions League, and it was either cheer for Bayern or cheer for Dortmund. And I always like to cheer for the underdog. I don't really go for the team that just buys everyone. That's never been my style. So I thought Dortmund's cool, and they're yellow and black, and there's a song called Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa. They also have the yellow wall, which is kind of cool. And then the real reason, above all else, was because I thought Marco Reus looked like a llama, so I wanted to cheer for them because they had a llama on their team. Number 2, what do you think about Arsenal? I'm not okay, so like I just mentioned, I don't have a huge background in football because I've only started watching it recently, like in the past 3 or 4 years in terms of club football. So even though I am a Spurs supporter, it's not like I have a pure hatred for Arsenal. I've watched baseball a lot more. I don't know if you guys know what baseball is because you're probably all European. But in baseball, the biggest rivalry is Red Sox-Yankees. And I grew up Red Sox fan, and I've always been a Red Sox fan. And inside I can feel that there's, like, if I see the Yankees logo, if I just see anything Yankees related, it's like there's a bad reaction inside myself. And that's not the same feeling I get when I see Arsenal. I don't know if you're asking if I hate Arsenal because I'm a Spurs fan or what I think about the situation with Arsene Wenger. I'll answer both. I don't really hate Arsenal, to be honest. And then about Arsene Wenger's situation, I think he should probably leave. And I think once the supporters turn on you, it's probably time to leave. Number 3, how many subs do you think you'll have in a year? I don't know. To be honest, I don't really care. As long as my content gets better, as long as there's still content, as long as people are watching it, it's all that matters. I'll give you a number. I'll go with 10,000. And number 4, do you have any pets? I have 2 cats, and they pee and poop everywhere, and it sucks. Armando Perales with the, what's your social security number? I just said it. It's 441789. Hashtag 6KQ&A. Another one from Armando. He writes, would you rather lose 90th minute or go to overtime? I believe, Armando, if you are a true supporter of football, it's called extra time. And I would rather lose in the 90th minute because that means I play less FIFA. Salvador Vasquez, first of all, congrats. Thanks, man. Now the questions. When will you make the almond milk? That joke is so old. Number 2, will you make a live stream where you play subs? Since apparently Fortnite added cross-platform. I would love to play cross-platform Fortnite with people. Usually I do that in live stream, so if you want to, I will try to do that in a live stream. And number 3, will Higgins Road to Russia be back soon? Higgins Road to Russia, if you didn't know, I created a character named Higgins, and it was his job to get to the World Cup, but he didn't really have a country, and I didn't really know where it was going. Last time we saw him, he was eating habanero peppers and had really bad diarrhea. Will it come back? I would love, honestly, I'd love for it to come back, but I don't have as much time now for reasons which I will get to in a minute. And also, I always need someone else to film me when I do those videos. And it's hard enough for myself to even get out there, but to also correspond with someone else coming to record me. In the perfect scenario, I would have someone just filming me all the time for those videos, but that does not exist yet. From Alexander Shea, hashtag 600 Q&A. Oh, I don't have 600. Okay, you put the wrong hashtag, not reading it. I'm just kidding. Out of all the players on FIFA, which is your favorite? Well, okay, my favorite player in real life is Marco Reus, but he's not my favorite player in FIFA. Favorite player in FIFA is probably just going to be Chucky Lozano because he's fun to use. From Amit, he writes, buy or nah? Question mark. That's a good question. For me, it's a nah. From Nico, he writes, what/who inspired you to start YouTube? I don't think anyone really inspired me. Like I said, Chris Move was the first guy I watched, but it was just kind of watching everyone and thinking this looks fun. That's what inspired me to start YouTube. Matthew writes, if you're my dad, but Ben Yetter's your dad, and Cal Dad Will Dad is my other dad's dad, then who is Son's dad? It's actually counterintuitive because Heung-min Son is everyone's dad. From Ifrat Matul, someone please tell me why this douchebag is doing this? Well, you didn't use the hashtag Q&A, so I'm not going to answer that question. From Pola22, hashtag, have you tried PES, and if so, any opinions? I have played a little bit of PES, so not so much that I can really give a huge opinion on it. The main thing that kind of drives me away is the lack of licensing, because it's just weird to have North London team instead of Tottenham. And I know you can download something to put it in, but to be honest, I haven't played enough PES. I did buy it, but I didn't really play it. From Adam, he writes, what country would you like to visit? I'd really love to visit Italy or Germany, and that would be fun. And I'd speak my language poorly there. From Emilion, hashtag 6K Q&A, are you actually my dad? Yes. Like what? Look at our skins. Look at this. From Christopher, he writes, who do you think is better, Messi or Ronaldo? And do you think they're the greatest of all time or just now? In my opinion, Messi is better than Ronaldo just because I like to think of who has a greater impact on the entire game. It's not like Messi is just leaps and bounds above Ronaldo, but in terms of goal scoring, I'd say Ronaldo is much better. But in terms of passing and dribbling and just influence on all parts of the match, I would say Messi is better. As for if they're the greatest all time or now, I can't really say because I never watched Pele. I wasn't actually alive. I never watched Maradona. 6K Q&A, opinions on Southampton FC. I don't really watch too much Southampton, to be honest, but I know they fired, what's it? Puel? Who's the coach? I know they fired their manager recently. I know they're into the semifinals of the FA Cup and they're going to get smashed by Chelsea probably. I think they finally felt the brunt of selling all their players to Liverpool. After selling so many different players to Liverpool, it's eventually going to catch up to you. And that's kind of how I feel about Dortmund. When you just constantly become a selling club, it's going to catch up to you and you're not going to perform as well. So that's the way that Southampton works. I think they're not going to change that. I think for their owners, it's nice because they constantly get good income and they're not making their expenses too high. But as a Southampton supporter, it's probably frustrating. So yeah. Alright, Yzma Tunes, I'm very confused. Are you my real dad or is my real dad Ben Yetter? I'm just look at the skin. Alright, final question. Travis North. This is the cringiest shit I've watched in ages. Thank you, Travis. That's gonna do it for me, boys. I really do appreciate all the support. And now for the final part, the question that I never answered, even though it was here several times. So this is like an announcement section. I did get a new job, like an actual real person job, not just sitting in my basement recording myself. But yeah, it's good because it's a good job opportunity for myself. I did graduate college and I was just kind of dilly-dallying for a while. But it's good because in terms of my career, it's nice and like the pay is good and there are good benefits and all that stuff. But then it's kind of sad because I won't be able to focus as much on YouTube as I was able to. There were portions during this period where I didn't really have too much to do, where I was just constantly working on videos, constantly making live streams, if not doing a video. And it was fun, and I feel like I built a good connection with you guys, but eventually it had to come to an end. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to stop YouTube because I put way too much time and effort into this. You guys have put a lot of effort, time into just watching my videos, supporting me. And honestly, it just means too much, this YouTube channel, that I'm not going to end it. But I can't, like I said, I can't put as much time into it as possible. If you look at my daily schedule, I wake up now at like 7. I go to work. I have to be there at 9. I have to leave at like 8. I come back at maybe 6:30 or 7 at night, so I'm pretty much gone for 12 hours, and then I come back and I'm tired. So I don't really have too much time. Like right now it's 7:40, so I luckily ate dinner, and I have a little bit of time to do this video, but then I gotta edit it and all that stuff. And so I'm saying that because if I were doing a player review, it takes about an hour to record. It takes about an hour to edit, maybe even an hour and a half to edit, depending on how much stuff I put into it. So that's like 2.5 hours. And after coming home from a job where you just kind of sit at a computer desk and look at screens all day, it's not really fun to just come home and just look at screens all day. So I do need a little bit of a break. So look forward on this channel. You'll probably see different content. I'll try to do buy or not reviews because I know you guys mainly subscribe for that, but I just honestly can't tell you guys that I'm going to have as many. I might get 2 a week if I'm lucky, but they'd probably be on weekends if that happens. Anyway, I hope you guys understand, and believe me when I say that this channel does mean a lot, and I'm never going to give up on doing this because it is a hobby. It was never really a job. Like, I'm not going to have enough time to put in the effort that I want, but I'm still going to put effort into it, and I'm still going to hopefully make stuff that you enjoy. It's been your boy LT. I don't want to get too sad, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't forget to spay your pets.